The last example with finding my polynomial function just involves two zeros that are a little more complex. But we're going to follow the same procedure. We're going to set them equal to 0 to find the factors, and then we're going to FOIL everything out. So here, if these are my zeros, I know x is equal to 6 plus square root of 3, and x equals 6 minus square root of 3. Now we need to make each of these equations equal to 0, so I've got to move both the 6 and the square root of 3 to the other side. So x minus 6 minus square root of 3 is one factor. The other factor here, x minus 6 plus square root of 3, is going to be the other. Just take both these pieces and move it over here. So it's equal to 0. Now that I've got those two factors, we know my function is going to be the result of multiplying these two factors together. So we'll still do the same FOIL approach, or the distributing approach. I'm going to take this x and multiply it by all three pieces here. We'll take the negative 6 and multiply it by all three pieces, and we'll take the negative square root of 3 and multiply it by all three pieces. So start by multiplying the x to each of these pieces, which gives me an x squared minus 6x plus x square root of 3. We took this x and multiplied by all three of those terms. Now we're going to take the negative 6 and multiply it by all three terms. So negative 6x plus 36 minus 6 square root of 3. And then finally, we'll take this negative square root of 3 and multiply it by all three terms in the second quantity. So negative x square root of 3. We've got a positive 6 square root of 3. And then finally, minus a square root of 9. Now, as I look at that, there's going to be a lot of things that cancel out. This x squared of 3 and negative x squared of 3. Negative 6 square root of 3 and 6 square root of 3. That looks like that's all that's going to cancel there. We do know the square root of 9 is the same thing as just minus 3, so I'll be able to combine those two values. So f of x is equal to x squared minus 6x and minus 6x gives me a negative 12x. And then plus 36 and minus 3 gives me a positive 33.